everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Look who I got with me. I just love it every month, JJ, that we get to do this because
me too.
It's like I get excited. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, anybody that doesn't know who JJ is, you got to know who JJ is. And she channels, she works with her guides called Tutah and has such beautiful energy. And welcome, JJ. Thank you for being here with me.
Yeah, I look forward to these. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's great. So everybody, if you didn't know, today is 9/9, and JJ and I we've worked together since the beginning of the year. I think was it? We didn't do 1/1, but I think we did 2/2, and 3/3, 4/4, and 5/5, and 6. Yeah, we've done every month. And next month it will be 10/10. So there you go. And 11/11. Ooh. I want to say hello to everybody, and I want to say, Annie, I saw you dance, and I got your number, so I clicked on yours. We'll be glad to give you a reading. And Melody Frazier, my girl, we're going to give you a birthday reading today. Happy birthday to you, my dear. Aloha, and enjoy your birthday. What a beautiful day to have a birthday.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. Hypnicity is here. And who else came? Just Teresa Ford. Hi, Teresa. Amanda Carroll. Amanda sent me the most beautiful book of koans, Koans, Buddhist koans, which are short little stories, and they're fabulous. They're really fabulous. I loved it. Hi, Leah. Sharon Sipe. Hi, Karen Doyle. And Debbie No. And Viviani's here. And False Teeth Thrill Tarot. Hi, Melinda. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well, dear. Who else came in? Oh, Suzanne. Spirit Watcher Suzanne. And Geppy Gwen. Hello. And Jenny. All right, Hypnicity. I gotcha. All right. Nifra's here. Nice to see. Nifra, I love the picture that you posted on Facebook of yourself in 2003 and 2023. And I just have to say, girl, you're working it. I don't see too much difference in the picture. You look pretty damn good. So I just want to say, that today. Oh, all right. Anybody else come in? Cha. All right. Leah, I said it. And all right. Who else? Can anybody else come in? All right. Oh, you're welcome, honey. All right. So JJ and I are going to talk today a little bit about the 9/9 energies. And she's also going to talk about some other things. So I'm going to let her do that. But first of all, I just want you to know, and I have it up here, that a 9 represents the sum of it all, because there's a 0 when you're writing the 9, and then you got the 1. So it's the sum of it all, but also time for a change. It's time for us to move on. And what better time could there be? Well, first a year always. But when you're going into a new season, it's always wonderful to, find something to change. Doesn't mean you have to change everything, but it just works. It just works out well for us when we plan on something and we're able to do that. So I'm going to let JJ talk first, but those of you who just came in, Pierrette and Sequoia, let's see, somebody else. All right, butterflies are free. I have you in line. Rose blue. Oh, yours was 88. That's right, rose blue. Right. Anytime you have a number like that, it's very powerful. So, all right. So, JJ, you have the floor, my dear.
When you were talking, Allie, they said when you were like, some things shift with a season, and they showed me opening up the coat closet and putting on a different coat, and how lovely that feels is to put on a different coat, just to wear something different. Just even it's just that slightest difference of just putting even on a coat.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I see some new names, and my name is JJ. What you'll see me do today is speak a language that I call it a heart language, a light language, and my people are called Tutah, which stands for teacher. So it'll sound different, depending on who is here or who's going to show up a little bit later, a lot of times the messages are not just for one, but for they're saying for many today. So I'm really excited to be here. We were talking about before we came on, we were talking about how people are feeling right now, and maybe a bit tired, maybe a bit emotional, and knowing maybe that some of it's your emotion, but maybe what I've seen in the community is some people have like ramped up emotions and they're not sure why. So I just wanted to say a little something about just asking my people about like, why is it hard for us to sleep, or and I know we're not all one person, but I just wanted to see what my people say. And the best way to receive is just maybe close your eyes and open up your heart space. So just asking my people how we can be of service to ourselves and our communities right now. Self-care. A'ma eta. A'ana. A'ena ma ushama ma kia ma. Ayena tatnu ishema yewa. They're saying that things, we may be seeing things like on the surface, but they're saying that it runs really deep. And the way they're showing me is like this scene like Sedona or some of like Moab, where you see like all of these formations on top, and you can see those with your eyes, and you can see how the surface is kind of dry, but they say that there's water that runs really deep, and especially with spiritual stuff, water really helps us communicate. Just think of it like water helps us relax when we're in it, like in the bath or the shower. It's cleansing. I get a lot of messages when I'm near water. And it's just so nice, they say, to go with the flow. And they're saying there is something special about our dream time right now. It's kind of like how they were showing us the scene of Utah or Sedona, like places, but and the water goes under. They say don't forget about the somehow traveling up in the dream time. But they're correcting me, and they're saying in the dream time we also go underneath the surface. And I think what they're trying to say right now is that we can really absorb a lot of things, and it's not the things that we can necessarily see or touch, and they want us to pay attention to that. They say like I'm seeing us going with the flow underneath the surface. And they're like, you can touch the there's a lot of texture, there's a lot of sounds and echoes when we're going with the flow underneath. It's almost as if you have to pay attention a little bit more. They're saying fine tuning. And so they're huddling us all into a really loose circle. And they're like, come on, children. And they're bringing in this this wave of calm and peace that goes, not only does it go like around us and through us, but each of our personal ingredients really, really help it when it goes to somebody else. Like we're all these little notes in a song, and it's just they're bringing in this beautiful energy wave, just kind of bringing us alignment to what's happening right now in our personal lives, but also in our collective lives. And they're grounding us. And they're like, you're supported, and we've got you. All of your helpers, they've got you. Okay. And I think the theme was, how can we be of service? Like, we're all showing up. Like, how can we be
Yep.
of service? Yeah.
So 2 images came to my mind. One of them was little kids that are in kindergarten who get roped together as they walk somewhere. And then the last part, when they finished, it was like I fell back into a net.
Oh,
And I
lovely.
love that. It felt very safe. It was
Yeah.
like a fishing net, but I didn't feel constrained at all, like you might think I would. It was just like
Yeah.
I have a safety net. So
Beautiful.
it was just beautiful. Thank you very
Yeah.
much, Tutah, for
Mm-hmm.
that. Oh, yes. And Teresa said, I love that we're all notes in a song.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Yep. And Sequoia said, I woke with the message, I am now part of the Love and Light Brigade. Oh my God.
Ooh, I'm going to write that down.
Yeah. I'm now part of the Light Brigade, over and over and over. It's funny. I'm working through a lot of stuff from college, and it's the fall. And college, when I went to college, not college now. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the old days. And I know why, because every fall it's like something. And this is the last fall that I plan to teach. But who knows? Right now,
Oh,
that's the plan. That's the plan to
wow.
retire. But who knows? Somebody else wrote something in the middle of that, and I think, yeah, it was Melinda. She heard, deep wounds are healing through heart, mind, and soul.
Mm.
I agree with you, Melinda. I think that it's an ongoing process. I'm not sure it ever totally ends, but it has to get better. It reminds me of how when you have a cut, you have to wait a while, and yet, you know that you could recut that cut again, or any place on our skin could be recut again. But that's just beautiful. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Leah says she feels like she's on a low volt current.
Yes, that is a great way to explain how you're feeling.
It is. It really is. Yep. Thank you for
We should all write spirit cards to, like,
sure.
I would love a card that said that. Like,
Yeah.
it's a get well card.
Get well from your low volt purge. Yeah. Well, and of course, Craig, he just had cookies and milk, and he said it reminds him of Aunt B, from Mayberry RFD. Aunt
I
B.
don't know that. Aunt
You don't
B.
know
Aunt
Aunt B?
B's
Andy Griffith? Andy
Oh,
Griffith?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
OP and Aunt B.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little older than you, so there you go. All right. So yes, unfortunately, I do have enough questions for now. If we have some at the end, but I will tell you this: when Tutah comes through, and even when I read my cards, the message can be for more than one person. So being part of the collective here, you are also considered by what is being read. For me today, if I get pulled to the power cards, I'll pull them. But I thought I would pull some animal power cards so you could know maybe who your power animal is, and you could look it up. Yeah. So try that. Yeah. All right. Heather's here, and Sonia. Oh, I love that. I am now part of the Love and Light Brigade. Very nice. Cheryl Simpson. Oh, I'm going to put this up and see what you think. She's been advised she's got a blocked sacral chakra.
Okay.
Anything that we can do to help her unblock that?
Okay, you know what they were? I had read, or maybe somehow something was mentioned about scars, and for some reason it's coinciding with this too.
Okay.
And they're just talking about like a wound that has healed, and how scars, how scars can be. They're soft. It tells a story. But sometimes it can feel with no feeling. It can feel kind of numb because it's like a scar tissue. So let's just all focus on on the energy center here for Patoka Oshama. I'm getting that this is also a collective thing, but Aaron, I'm going to hold you. Ama tuinama ena ishtitana ka. Yetana tana kana tuch. And again, they're just talking about how something had happened, and now how there's no feeling. Because sometimes with healing, it's sometimes you do have to step out of the feeling. I know that may sound counterproductive, or but what they're doing is they're just making sure, and again, they're saying feeling in a different way. Mm-hmm. Just like when they were taking us on the flow underneath, like in our dream times, it's just like paying attention. So they're working on if there was trauma or if there was a hurt that was healed. They're just touching upon the scar. And they're like, even though we can't physically feel, like if we were touching a scar on our skin, they want to make sure that energy can go through it, because that's the key right now. So they're just tap, 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 squeezing that area. It's not to bring like that trauma back to life or anything. It's just that they would really like for the energy to be able to go through it. Because they're talking about energy and the flow of energy. But if there's some sort of block, the energy really wants to continue. That's what energy wants to do. So we're just making sure to make sure that the energy can go through. And they're just saying that when the energy goes through, instead of it going at the speed it normally does, it is going to slow down a little bit through here, just because of the dense material. But it will continue.
Could that some of that be past life scarring as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Which we would have no idea why, but we can heal that. Definitely can still heal that. And I say the same thing actually about all my wrinkles. You know, there's a lot of people that go out and get all this fancy stuff done with their face and everything. But I earned every damn one of these wrinkles, you know.
Yeah.
But, and, you know, I've seen people who've had really bad surgery by changing it, so it doesn't bother me. But Heather has a beautiful, scars are like a roadmap. It shows our life's journey. They can be painful at times, but beautiful. It's true, Heather. And we can have emotional scars. We can have spiritual scars. We can have physical scars. But that is how we grow. That is how we grow, just like the wrinkles, you know. Anyway. All right. So let's go ahead and check on Dancing Annie here. She'd love to have her done. Oh, Nevra, thanks. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah.
You know, that's true what False Teeth Tarot is saying, how pain can be moved around. Like the pain now is in the mind. Release and be healed, sweet sister. That is so interesting how pain can move around. Yeah. Okay, Annie Bear. Woo!
Very good energy. Yeah.
Do you have cards ready for Annie? Because I
have one.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. This is very interesting, Annie, because right now you're experiencing a quickening. Oh, I love it. And and because you're native, you know some of this. It's in the South, which is the red. And look at the beautiful picture. It's like a vision quest they're going on here. And look at all the red rocks. So it says here that you never really teach a warrior about the unknown with words. You have to use experience. But if you look into the eyes of a woman of power, you may catch up with her a little. She has years of truth ahead of her. However, her eyes can quicken like a river heading toward rapids. Open yourself with love, not with understanding. You cannot love with your mind. Listen from your heart. If a camel is walking down a path and another camel passes him, the first camel will go faster to keep up. This is how power works. Don't learn everything with your mind. Quicken your spirit by letting go of attachments and move to a stronger vibration of power, which I think you do. I didn't read your animal because I know you know your animals. So I thought this was, oh my God, that's so for you.
That is beautiful. And it's so interesting when you were saying the quickening. It's so funny because they're going back. You really are dancing. We had no doubt. We had no doubt.
Uh-huh.
They had me. They're like showing me you going. You're chopping up the energy of the past story. Even if that wasn't your intention, they show me that you're chopping up the energy of the past stories, like dicing it. Instead of, so it's not a whole anymore. And this is in a good way. They say because when something is such a like is one whole. So some of the spirits are saying like a-hole.
They have quite the sense of humor.
You
huh?
know what? There were a lot of a-holes in the past, and I think this is what you're chopping up. You're chopping up that. You're chopping up that energy. You're slicing and dicing it, so it's like its imprint on the future story isn't so a-holy.
You have one of those Ginsu knives, Annie. Remember those Ginsu? Oh, enjoy, so Annie. Great messages is right. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is great. All right. So I promised, Melody didn't really ask, but it's her birthday. And so we're going to read for her today. So happy birthday to you, Melody. What a beautiful day to have a birthday again.
I have my daughter just turned 16 on the 7th.
Yeah.
She kept saying, they're like, what color is the car you're going to get me for my sweet 16? And I'm like, no, that only happens in movies. That's not happening.
The rusty one that's Oh, to be 16 again. No.
All right, Melody, I'm just checking in with my people. They're talking about how beautiful. But they're also talking about some sorrow. And they're being just nice and gentle. Kukaye. And I feel like they're showing me taking care of an elder, as if you're. I can see there's like this beautiful worn quilt over the legs, and all I'm seeing are the legs in bed, and I see you tapping, and like just having that loving, gentle care with somebody. And again, they're bringing in looking at things a little bit differently, and it's like those moments of being able to take care of somebody. Especially elders, is like putting some treasures in your picnic basket, and they're calling it a picnic basket because it's something you can take along with you, and it's almost as if in your picnic basket you might have something of the elders that you can like really hold on to, and almost feast on, because living a life and helping others is something that's worthy of feasting upon energetically, like just something savoring.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
A picnic basket is something you take when you go out in nature and you sit out in nature and nurture. It's nature and nurture combined. That's fabulous.
Yeah, I'm never sad when I'm thinking about a picnic basket.
Oh, me either. No, it's fabulous. So look here. Your guide today, at least your animal power today, is the manatee, and it wants you to allow for gentle times. And because the manatee is such a gentle creature, and just kind of lobs around in the water. And I would say that's a perfect birthday power animal for you. So we can have different animals at different times. This one's the one for you today, at least. So thank you, Melody. Your plan is to travel soon to help take care of Mom. That's beautiful, honey. We wish you well. We wish Mom well. It's wonderful that you're going to do that. Yeah. Wow. All right. So let's move on to hypnicity. A general reading for her today. All right.
They're talking about steps, like it can be from steps of like a career, a job, and I think it's going more towards that, like how to be of service. And I'm seeing like the steps and going up the steps. And they're like, it's okay. Sometimes we stumble. Like if we're holding on to, like, you're going up the stairs and you have like a box of things, and some of the stuff might fall out, and it has a very like there's something about it like childlike stuff, because the stuff I see holding in the basket might be like toys, old toys, or and how there's like so many of them and they don't fit perfectly in the box. It's just like they're haphazardly like thrown in there, and so you're going up and you might be worried that something's gonna like fall on the stairs, and then you can almost see it like clink, 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 or bounce, 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 bounce. And so sometimes when you're focusing on something that might fall out and go backwards, it's like you're not paying attention to the first couple of steps right in front of you. And I think that they're just putting a bit of a light on that situation of feeling like you might be a little distracted. And they're saying that turning around on the step to go collect something, don't look at that as going down the steps. In this metaphor, they're like, you're just going to collect something and then you're going to come right back up. So that's more of a metaphor of what's going on or what might be coming.
So I pulled a power card for you, Hypnicity, and this is my favorite power card that I've ever seen. And it don't give up, because look what's ahead of you. Look at this. This person is climbing to higher heights, carrying a crystal on their back. And to me, it's just so fabulous. It's like, we got to do the work, but boy, the reward is ahead of us, and it's waiting for us at the top of that beautiful mountain. And there you go. And it says here that carrying your gift of consciousness from the heart of woman, from the heart of Mother Earth, which is the crystal, trek towards the summit of higher knowledge. Because of male and female imbalances, the earth is in danger of dying. Remember that the power of the masculine explores as the power of the feminine implodes, and a sacred spiral of life is in motion. Look at that. So don't give up, girl. It's a journey, but you started it. You've been undertaking it, and you're carrying a load, but that load is a beautiful load. So there you go.
Hypnicity's been studying crystals. Boom.
I love that. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I do want to say to those of you who are on JJ's thread, that if I write something in the chat, you can't see it, because if you can see it in mine, but not vice versa. So anyway, I just want you to know we both do see both of your comments. I want to welcome those of you who have come in since we started, and I'd also like to thank you for being here. And and thank you to all my people as well. So, and some of them are, on both channels.
I know they're double dipping.
They're double dipping. That's right. We don't mind. We don't mind. All right. So Debbie, she wants to know if she can have a reading. I love it.
Yes.
Debbie, does anybody ever ask you if you're in the know? It just, it's probably you get sick of hearing that. Yeah. But I love it. There you go.
Okay, so 9 was the sum of all things, right? Is that what you were saying?
9 is the sum of all things.
Sum of all things. Because 9 is really important for you, Debbie.
Okay.
Does 9 have a meaning for you, I wonder, Debbie? Like, okay, so what did you say? It's the sum of what? The 9? The sum of?
The sum of all things.
Okay. And so they're showing me that you're going around and you're collecting the 9s. And then you're just like, wait, is this a 9 or a 6? You're like, no, I'm not going to take that one. And you're going around and you're collecting it. As if you're picking them out of certain situations, which I really love being able to look at certain situations and just say like, okay, what was the sum of what I needed to take from this? And I really love that. And it makes me have this energy on my back of, of this, it feels open. It feels, I don't know. This is a different feeling for me. There's like this opening on my back. And I feel like my shoulders can go. I feel like when you're collecting the sums of these situations, that it helps really make you feel more balanced. It's like my shoulders feel really good. Yeah. I don't even want to stop because this feeling feels really good.
I'm ready to just chill out here. Okay.
I just want to be Debbie for a second.
I get it. That's fabulous. Yeah. So yes, what they did say, it was my anniversary for my late husband, she said. That's it. That was why. Yeah. God bless you, honey. God bless you. So yes, it says that the 9 is the totality of who we are, but it's also emptiness, because in a 9, when you make a 9, you make a 0 and a line. So you have all encompassed in this number. And of course, it also means completion. So yeah. All right. So here's your spirit animal. Oh, you got the beetle. And I don't mean the Beatles, but the beetle. And it says to think optimistically as you go into this current energy of the fall. And I think you could probably do well. Think plant your intentions. This is a good time for manifesting. So plant your intentions and understand that we all have a high potential during this time in order for us to grow. So go for it. Thank you so much, Debbie.
Yeah, one thing with the beetle is that the beetle does have this amazing armor and protection. True. And I'm not seeing that sometimes when we think of armor, we're like, oh, things can't come in,
Yeah.
But in this situation, it's like, no, you can set your sights on something. And even though you have like this great loss, it's like, I feel like you're ready to go. You're ready to go forward. And it's almost as if the beetle is coming in and saying, well, you might bump a little bit here and there, but you're not gonna, it's not, you're protected. So go ahead and bumble your way if you need to, because the timing is right.
Perfect. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. I love it.
And one thing I didn't say before, I think it was Hypnicity who got you showed me the picture of them hiking with the crystal.
Yeah.
And that card that you showed me or showed us, they just wanted to say how the pitch changes, the most perfect pitch in our life changes. And Hypnicity said that they were decluttering, which is a great time right now to declutter, because the holidays are coming up and we might have guests coming. And we were just talking about how beautiful it is to clean up our spaces. And they're saying, like, collectively, guys, in this community, if we go ahead and declutter and put, even bring some new things in, like if it is a crystal. I mean, I give everybody permission to go buy crystals.
Oh, yeah.
Including myself. It just changes the pitch in your house, which might help what those feelings we're having of being like fatigued and tired and maybe not even sleeping well.
So. I know if I just declutter a corner sometimes. Oh my God, I feel really like I have room again. I got some elbow room. So thank you. All right, butterflies are free. Any message for me and my reunion? Are you having a high school reunion, college reunion, a family reunion? That's fabulous. I think mine was today. 50 years of high school, since high school. Yeah. Yep.
So they're showing me a reunion with yourself. Butterflies are free. They're showing me as if you're showing up and you're looking at this beautiful, this reflection of yourself. And it's so cool because instead of like having this beautiful, tranquil pool, it's like you're in front of a pool that's like right in front of you. And they're like, pool isn't the right way to describe it, but it's this really cool water-like reflection. And but it's liquid, and it's so it's soft. That's what I'm feeling, is that it's soft, but it's also not seeing the reflection during the daytime where it's sunny and bright. There's just something so beautiful about looking at our reflection when there are some shadows about. Because they're saying sometimes what shadows do for us in our lifetime is to help us really bring our focus in like this. So if I'm imagining seeing your reflection during the daytime, I would be looking at other things instead of the person that's right in front of me. I would be looking like, oh, look, there's a reflection of a bird and there's a cloud. And is that a rainbow? Like, I would be very distracted. And so what they're showing me right now with this beautiful reunion with yourself is, to just really pay attention and and it's like I see you being okay with these like shadowy things. Like it kind of feels comfortable. But just seeing them in your reflection. And some of them I see you shaking hands with. I'm not sure if that has something to do with your high school. Because that could make sense.
Yeah, she's got her 55th coming up. Yeah,
shake some hands with some of those shadows.
It's so funny because I remember going to one of my reunions and there was this guy that was there and he was really old, or he looked really old. And we looked at him and we're like, who is that guy? Who is that guy? And we found out who it was. It was one of our classmates. And one of the guys said, I thought it was his father. Because some people don't age really badly and other people really change. I mean, really, you don't even recognize them. So honey, I got possibilities for you. You have an opportunity, and be open to solutions beyond your expectations. So this is going to be filled with possibility. Maybe seeing people you haven't even seen in 55 years, because some people don't ever go to any of them, and every once in a while they might go to one. So have a fabulous time. I decided I'm not going to anymore. The last one I went was the 45th. And I said, you know what? I don't really have anything in common with these folk anymore. And as much as and there's not like I graduated with 300 and maybe 29 came. So I don't go anymore. But that doesn't mean I don't cherish that time. Have a wonderful, wonderful time, butterflies. Yeah. You
I
will.
recently, one of my friends posted a picture that I hadn't seen before of me in high school with her and another friend. That was, I don't know who took the picture, but I was just like, oh my God, we were such babies, and I put so much importance on that time in my life, and I'm just like,
Yes.
I was just like, why the hell would I put that much importance on it? I mean, it was like the
Yes.
formidable years, but I'm just
Right.
like, I was a baby. Good
You're a
God.
baby. That's right.
Yeah.
For me, when I think about it, it's so diametrically different. Everybody, and I'm the only one really that left the state. That's the weird
Oh,
part.
that's right, because it's East Coast. We don't ever leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never leave, or they've been at their job for 50 years or something. It's like not my thing. But anyway, well, have fun, honey. I love that. Yes, we were all babies. That's for sure.
Babies.
All right. So Miss Viviani would love a reading. All right. I didn't have anything in common 48 years ago. Yeah, neighbor, I understand. Hi, Carol Ann. It's nice to see you. And Emerald Buddha, I don't know if you're still here, but I did see you, dear. I'm glad you're here. All right. And thank you, Hypnicity, for your donation.
Okay, so talking about the number 9 and what it represents, but Shima, they're just showing they're showing me Viviani, just like placing your hands on your belly, like around the belly button, and they're like focus within, like really, really focus within. And if they're going to the belly area, especially around the belly button, it's like this connection with definitely with Gaia, with Mother Earth. And I think that's where they're going right now with this, is just being able to sit there, going within and finding your connection. There's something about this gift that you have with connecting with Mother Earth, Gaia, or whatever it is that elementals. There's something about this beautiful connection, and that's what they really want you. That feels really good too. These are all very physical readings, and I don't want to leave you either. It feels so good.
Oh, good. Oh, good. It's like an inner massage, right?
Yeah. Definitely. It's relaxing. Like we have like all of this stuff going on in our bodies 24/7, and we don't even pay attention to it. And it's like this like showing gratitude and relaxing like all of the organs that I don't pay attention to. It feels great.
It's funny. I used to have maybe a glass of wine, or I'd have a drink, and I had to stop. This was like 30 years ago, because when I did, my shoulders would start to relax and they'd ache. And I realized I was carrying all that in my shoulders, and it just wasn't, so having a glass of wine wasn't going to, it was only going to bring me pain, really. So it didn't hurt me, but yeah.
That's an interesting way to look at that.
You talked about going inside, and she gets the centering card. This is the centering card. In the midst of all the pandemonium around, the Buddha sits in repose and puts his hand up. And it says here, never leave your center. Count your bad points as well as your good. What is good and what is bad are most often relative. If you sense a weakness, explore it and become the source of your greatest strength. And everything around this Buddha is pandemonium, but the Buddha sits and the Buddha stays centered. So even if you're not, some people might say, oh, does that mean I have to meditate? Not really. It just means you have to stay in tune with your body, which is just exactly what Tutah said.
I love that.
Yeah. Yep.
And when you said the source of your greatest strength, that is the source of your greatest strength, is connecting. If crazies happen around you, just go in.
I mean, that Buddha's right in the middle of Times Square, all the other stuff around him. I just love it. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Viviani. All right. Neva wonders, am I on the right track with new projects? All right, Neva.
Are some of those new projects making your head hurt? I just got
Oh, you got a headache.
like a little bit of pain in my head. Let me see.
Okay.
So they're going inside the head preparing for the projects. And they're just working on the electrical. And it's one of those things where they're saying to us that when we have this new thing, we sometimes we forget, or we're so focused on the new thing, but like these new things do change us. It's kind of like bringing in something new, and they're just upgrading the things inside of your head, and it's almost as if they're using this superconductive wiring, this very delicate, very intricate wiring. It almost I'm seeing it as like not a bright gold, and it's not a copper. It's like this in between color that is just perfect for you, and they're bringing it in just to help you attune with what these projects are.
Well, I'm seeing some upheaval for you, Nivra, and maybe that's what you're going through right now. But look, there's the gold.
Beautiful.
It says unexpected liberation and destruction of established patterns. So apparently you are going to be able to move forward, and you might move forward in a way that you never moved forward before. That, you know, you're recognizing that you might have had patterns that weren't serving you very well, and you've decided to change those patterns and make it flow. Because if you turn this card, I'm going to do it wrong. It looks like water. It looks like water flowing, and it looks like that's the sun, doesn't it?
It also looks like an egg.
Yep.
Or like a new beginning as well. I love
beginning.
that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Wow. Oh, you felt new things and a little nervous. Well, it's okay to be nervous. Just don't be afraid. That's all. Nerves are okay, but being afraid. I want to say, Jess, that doctors do know exactly where you're carrying, especially doctors who work, like my husband's a chiropractor. He'll go right over to somebody and he'll go like this, and they'll go, ah, and they'll say, oh, I didn't know that, or whatever. So yeah, it's true. We do carry it that way. Yep. All right. We got Teresa Ford here with a message. Could you get a message, please? Yeah.
It's so funny how they make me like read things a little different. So I saw like fire permit, like being like actually getting a permit for a fire. Like, hey, guess what? There's gonna be this fire coming up, but I would like to get permission because I know that with fires it can consume things, and I want to make sure that even though that there is this fire that's about to happen, I want to make sure that it's like, you know, when you get the fire permit, they're like, okay, the rain is in the forecast, and it's we're not in a dry season, the winds. So it's almost as if, you know, like this fire is going to be coming in. And I love how fire is like Tutana. They're mixing all my words up again. I'm like transmutive or whatever. They're like transference, and I'm like, ugh. Oh. So it's like and they're like, the fire burns so brightly down at the base of it. It's very hot, like searing hot. And they actually really enjoy like how like when your light brights, when your light is burning so brightly that nothing is nothing is getting in there. Like everything is being transmuted. They just want to talk to you in the language. That's why my words are coming out wrong. Mpa'oka o shama wa yewa. Atitono no no shtitano ka o yewa ma shewa yena tana ka yewa. Anutama shamawa. And what they were showing me when they were speaking is that you are in control of the fire. Think of it as like it's not wood fire, it's a propane fire, and you're in charge of the dials.
Wow.
So whatever is coming up, they're giving you a permit.
They're giving you a permit. And of course, it could be metaphoric, in this case. I'm getting the reflection. Look at this. There's a tree that's inundated by water, but it's not a negative connotation. I find that very fascinating, though, because you're talking about fire, and there's water. Water, air, and earth is the tree. So we got the 4 elements in the 2 readings. This says to echo, to mirror, and to notice what is being reflected back to you. So take the time to echo and mirror what it is that you're doing, and maybe get that fire started. Who knows?
I'm just going to mute myself here for a second, my kiddo.
That's okay. Yes, mangroves are in water. Absolutely. Wow. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a light workers reading, and then when JJ is finished, she'll come in and do your reading next, okay? I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. All right. So I pulled Harmony for you, light worker, and look at the picture. It's gorgeous. It's a pagoda with a beautiful bridge, and behind it is the most beautiful mountain. But look, it's sort of like the earth is in the mountain, and the person is looking out at the earth. Just gorgeous. So it says, Harmony lives in a lodge of balance and equilibrium between the physical and spiritual aspects. For there to be harmony, there must be balance. Imagine yourself as the hub of a sacred wheel standing in the center. It has to function every day of your life. And consider whether you spend as much time in the physical as you do in the spiritual, and vice versa. Are you balanced? Are you in harmony? It's reminding you to be balanced and to take the time to live in the physical world, but still be able to access the spiritual. There you go. So
and then building on that too, that bridge that you were showing me, they want to make sure that they're just bringing some support in, but they also want to let you know that the bridge is flexible, and but in a good way. It's like when they show me those really cool bridges that are over the ocean. It is like the people are trying to, like, they can see like this wave is going to affect, and they're like, okay, I need to hurry up a little bit, or I need to brace myself for what's coming. They just want to, they're bringing in some extra balance by making it more flexible. And they're saying that's a message for everybody, is like, how can you be flexible? I think September might be how can we be more flexible?
Oh, and we're going through lots of climate and planetary changes, so I think that really fits very well. Yeah. A lot of people have just come in. We are winding down our hour or so, and we're just finishing up with some readings. I'm sorry. But we will be back on 10:10. So I know that's a long ways away, but you can always catch JJ and Tutah as well on her channel. Make sure that you go over there and like and subscribe to her channel. So Sharon O'Brien, when will my season shift? I really need it to. All right.
Great question for today.
It is a great question for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are showing me they're like in Las Vegas when you see somebody who's really good at shuffling cards, and it's just like the cards shuffling of the cards. And they're talking about how you have like this deck of cards and somebody's, doing the shuffling in a most beautiful way, but they're like, you can't go from that to like throwing them up in the air and having them like land in a way where the house is being built. So when there's a lot of shuffling going on, how frustrating that you want to just get like make a house out of the cards, but they're just like, it's still the shuffling part. So I know it's frustrating to be like in the in-between time of something. But they are showing me that when there's an expert that's shuffling the cards, one, I feel like I'm in good hands. I'm in good hands, and maybe try to see if you can be entertained by the shuffling, even though it's frustrating, because you're in good hands, is what they're saying. It's either that or you need to go to Las Vegas.
There you go. Well, it's funny. I got seasons change, people change. That song. You remember that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get the song, but look, Sharon, you are becoming such a wise woman. You have deep wisdom and intuitive insights. You are embedded in mystery in the inner realm. And so during the season where you may have to be quiet, where you may not be able to go out, where you may be stuck, go within, because from there is your knowledge, from there is your wisdom, from there is your purpose. And, I can't give you a time or date, but as you work through this, you become more and more wise, and you can bring that out to other folk.
I'm getting a huge menopause feel with that card. It's like the moon and the woman is surrendering herself. It's like, yes, please, I surrender my womanhood to you, please.
Oh
please.
My God, yes. I was lucky because I just went to instant menopause. My daughter's going through it right now, perimenopause, and she's just flipping out. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Cocoon time. That is a much better way to describe that.
There you go. I love that. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Thank you, Teresa.
Sonia, a message about this weekend. Oh, yes. This weekend. Woohoo. All right. Cheryl, that's great. Kiss yourself in the mirror. You got this.
I actually did that once. I had these in my room when I was a teenager. I had, how you have the closet doors, but mine were mirrors. And I kissed myself, and then I didn't even pay attention to it. My mom came in and saw like the lip prints, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. But it was a beautiful act.
There are worse things.
Totally. Totally. Okay. I'm getting that they're not going to give you a reading for this weekend. So if you want to go ahead
okay,
with what you're going to say, I'm just going to see what else they want to say.
All right. I'm just responding to Sharon here. Okay. I don't know. Are you planning a partnership with somebody? Oh, maybe it's a date. I don't know. Look at this. Beautiful. It says partnership, co-create, collaborate, support union. So I don't know if you have a partnership coming up, or you're going to be doing something with somebody else this weekend. I don't see that it's a bad thing. I see it says to co-create. So there you go.
Yeah, they're confirming that as well. They didn't want to do this weekend because it's almost as if this is like something in the So if this was something like that, it's like this is going to be like they're almost like pulling the sun in. They're pulling the sun, and it's so interesting to see somebody pulling the sun because it's like it's not just this weekend. This is a continuation.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go, Sonia. You can take the message and go with it, girl. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. All right. We got just a couple more to do here. We're almost at the hour. Any message from my guides? Glorious says, I need some direction. All right.
Okay, they're giving you this. I love when they do this. They're giving you a compass.
Mm.
And it's like this beautiful compass. It almost seems like a little roughed up. It's been traveled before. And they're handing this, your spirit guides are handing this in your hand, in your palm. And you put your other palm on top of that glorious, and you get to choose where on your body that this gets to live. Like, where do you want your inner compass to live in your physical body? And so when you get the chance, just imagine it's in your hand. They're placing it there. Put your other hand over it, and as you do that, they're showing me that there are some elder females that might have stepped out of the physical, or it almost has almost a slight Mother Mary feeling to it as well. They're putting their hands on top of your hands, and you just scan your body and just see where you want to put your inner compass.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, and I get the magic card. Look at this. Whoops, it's upside down. That wouldn't be good. You're at Stonehenge. Look at this. Stonehenge,
Cool.
and the moon is above. And this, it's just gorgeous. It says here, if you do not believe in magic, your life will not be magical. Magic, like the power of Stonehenge, is part of the unknowable, that which you cannot describe but exists, that makes your life extraordinary. It's part of the goodness of your spirit, and it is that mysterious and intriguing part of your spiritual life. Magic is what we're all looking for, but if you try to hold it and name it and describe it, you'll lose it. It's like the butterfly on your shoulder. If you go to grab at it, it's going to fly away. So just enjoy moments of magic and recognize them and say, thank you. Ask, show gratitude for what you notice. Show gratitude for the universe giving you that synchronicity so that you can have it. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
I love what Eliza. Eliza always comes in with the Maui stuff, and it was so weird, Eliza. They were pulling the sun.
Yeah. Yep. And then she says later, Maui slowed the sun's path in the sky so his mother's kappa cloth could dry.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
That was confusing.
Eliza. Yes, It's so beautiful. It really is. And Maui is like my favorite Hawaiian island. So, yeah. Wow. That's really cool. I appreciate that. All right. This is the last one we've got for today, folks, because we're right at the hour. And it's Maddie Bug. I'm feeling like a hamster on a wheel going nowhere. Oh, I can hear it. And they're nocturnal. All the squeaky wheel. I used to have one in my room in high school. Oh, I'm sorry, Maddie.
They're just letting you know that if you do visualize the hamster on the wheel going around and around and around and around, and how tired that makes us feel, but we also have that urge to keep going, keep going, keep going. They're just letting you know that there's a door. There is a door. So when you do slow down, and they're not even saying that it's not a bad thing to be a hamster on the wheel. But when you do slow down and it goes a little up and it goes a little down, and then you finally settle and you take a little rest, like I'm seeing the hamster resting. They just want to let you know that there is a door. It is a little difficult to open up the door. They're showing me that it's one of those that you might need to push the door. They're saying because we can't use any. I was like, can we use some spiritual WD-40 on this door? And it's like, no, this is something that Maddie has to do. Sometimes doors don't open so easily. So you might need to just launch an investigation in a playful way of being like, well, maybe the door doesn't open like it normally opens. What if it is like a garage door? It's like they're launch an investigation into it, but playfully. Yeah.
Playfully. So and do be careful, everybody. Your words are very powerful, and I'm not picking on you, Maddie, but I had a friend that used to say, this drink is to DIE for. She would say that. Oh, it's so good. Wow. It's to DIE. I don't want to say it, And I'd say, no, you don't want to die for that. You don't.
Yeah.
be careful. Be careful. And that's what I got. Monkeys are playful. Bring in more playfulness. They want you to have some fun. They want you to have fun. And so try and think of ways that you can nurture your inner child, that you can get off that wheel and not think about that wheel anymore. Remembering, though, there's the myth of Sisyphus. And Sisyphus was doomed to roll a rock up a hill every night, knowing that every night it would come right back down. And yet every morning he got up and rolled that rock up so that he would have a little bit of time every day to be free. So we do roll rocks up hills a lot. But at the same time, at night we need to rest, and we need self-care. We need to love ourselves. So yeah, Eliza. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you, Paul and Giuseppe. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're saying, Allie, they're just boosting what you were saying about how words, because they made it actually made my brain hurt. It's almost like those words go straight to our brains, almost as if we're eating the, how do you pronounce it? Aspartame.
I mean, I never realized it. It's also like when somebody asks you, "What do you want?" Well, I don't want to go here, and I don't. Well, don't say what you don't want. Say what you want, because what happens is the universe doesn't hear don't, and so they bring you what you don't want, because you're focusing on what you don't want. And I mean, Esther Hicks talks about that in Attraction. But anyway, I'm going to let you give us the last word today, like Lawrence O'Donnell does on MSNBC. And today's last word is from Tutah and JJ.
They're talking about how we're entering the time of the veil, the opening of the veil. And they're bringing in all of the messages today that were shared. Not only what we were sharing, what Allie was sharing, it's also what the community, even though it may not have been spoken in the chat, even the people watching it who aren't in the chat, it's just like all of this is this beautiful brew that's brewing for when the veil is open. I think they're just being grateful for all of the ingredients and flavors to the stew that are here right now, and they say that they're really happy that we got to spend this time together.
Yes, absolutely. New moon on Wednesday, plus Mercury goes direct. That's good news. And yes, I'm going to say, Cheryl says the last word is respect. Be respectful of one another. And thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. And yes, the notes in the song that Tutah said, we're all notes in the song. We can make the song beautiful or not. Let's choose to make it beautiful.
Love and Light Brigade.
That's right. The Love and Light Brigade. That's the best thing. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, everybody. Had a wonderful time. We'll see you next month on 1010. Bye, everybody.
Bye.